Well, I'll go straight to the world of football. Talk about the biggest, of course, in Africa, the African Football League, the inaugural edition of the African Football League. We had the quarterfinal fixtures, and some would say the boys have been separated from the men, and the men are currently in the semi-finals, as we'll be having a North African derby later today, of course, in the African Football League, and the likes, of course, a mouth-watering fixture involving Wydad Athletic Club of Morocco and Tunisia's Esperance of Tunisia in that particular one. And these two sides are big sides when it comes to football in Africa, and they have lots and lots of history when you talk about the two of them. The Mohammed V Stadium will be the venue of today's game. And not only that, we'll also have a second semi-final where the Sundowns, Mamelodi Sundowns, will take on Al Ahly of Egypt in that particular one. And to preview the game, the big games we'll have later today in the world of football in Africa is a journalist, Chadi Mustakir. He joins us live this morning all the way from Morocco. Good morning right here in Nigeria. Good morning to you. Welcome to In the Game. Hello, Chadi Mustakir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome. How you doing?
Well, fine. How about you?
Yeah,
Hope
good.
everyone is doing well. Congratulations to Africa on winning the Rugby World Cup.
Thank you very much. It's a big one for Africa, and of course, we hope
Yes,
that, of course, we would have more and more of this in the world of Africa.
yes, hopefully.
All right, let's go straight now to the African Football League, where two North African giants will be played in the North African Derby, talking about Wydad Athletic Club against Esperance of Tunisia at the Mohammed V Stadium. I mean, an epic clash upon us later today. What do you make of this semi-final fixture between these two sides?
The matchup is really intense. It's a rematch of the 2019 CAF Champions League final, where we had some controversy on the match going to the 90th minute. So there's some rivalry between the two teams, Wydad and Esperance from Tunisia. So it's really and highly anticipated here in Morocco.
All right, let's look at the two teams now. For the last time they played was in 2018-2019, where, of course, we saw what happened. Esperance on aggregate 1-0. Now, let's look at this particular clash. Since then, the two sides have done a lot in terms of improving their team. But amongst these two teams, which of them do you think has really improved coming into this fixture?
I would say really with that, because in the past few years they're the team that has took part the most on CAF Champions League finals. We had two finals against Al Ahly, winning one of them in here in Casablanca on Mohammed V Stadium. So I think we really stand a chance on this match. Esperance from Tunisia were struggling a bit in the last couple of years. So really, I'd give it to Wydad on this time around.
All right, you give it to Wydad. Now, let's look at the inaugural edition of the African Football League, the first of its kind in Africa. How much do you think that this tournament would improve African football?
On this part, I think that this tournament showcases the greatness of Africa, whether it's production or infrastructures. It showcases the best of Africa in terms of football as well. We're talking about some of the biggest and most successful African teams. So I really think that this competition highlights the impact and all that has become in the African football.
All right, Chadi, let's look at the second semi-final fixture for today. Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa will take on Al Ahly of Egypt. This is also a big clash, as both sides are set to renew their rivalry when it comes to the world of African football. Between these two teams, which of them do you think stands a chance to get into the finals?
For this matchup, I think it's real difficult to choose a side. Al Ahly has always been good in Africa. They never fail to perform and to deliver. And on the other hand, Sundowns is looking really, really strong. We know that Sundowns managed to defeat Al Ahly last year, but you know also that Al Ahly won the Champions League, so you can never rule out one of the teams. It's gonna be a really exciting match and hopefully a great match of football.
All right, you just tip the side that you think would go. Or let's talk about the fans at the RBS. It seems the fans play a major role in the world of football. Mamelodi Sundowns play in front of their home fans. Do you think that would be a source of push for them, knowing fully well that the return leg is in Egypt, also expected to have the fans also come out in mass to support them? How much of this will it play in the game involving Mamelodi Sundowns and Al Ahly of Egypt?
Well, to be honest, we all know that Al Ahly don't struggle against opposition fans, but we know that Al Ahly have always struggled on Mamelodi Sundowns turf. So I think that would be a great push to the Mamelodi Sundowns players, and that could be a very impactful aspect of the game.
All right, before I let you go, we've noticed also that the job for the North African teams have mostly been done in the return leg. For instance, Eyiba played against Wydad Athletic Club. They were able to they lost 1-0 at home and they lost scandalously away from home. Esperance also did a job back home. I mean, and not forgetting also what happened with the Simba, case. Simba, they played at the 2-2 draw right there in Tanzania. The return leg was not a good one for Simba. I mean, having to play the return leg at home for the North African side, do you think that has really played a major role towards qualifying to the semi-finals? Do you think that will also play a major role for the likes of Esperance, who will be played at home in the return leg, and for Al Ahly, who will be played in Egypt in the return leg?
It's a tricky situation, I would say, because if we take a look on the CAF Champions League, which is also a major tournament here in Africa, it's not always the case. So sometimes last year, many teams have played the second leg on home turf, but they still lost and got disqualified. So it's not always like that, I would say. It depends on the team playing and other circumstances. So I'd give it also to the teams that play on the home on the first leg, like Wydad and Mamelodi Sundowns.
All right, Wydad and Mamelodi Sundowns. So Wydad, Mamelodi Sundowns, that's your pick for the finals?
I would say yes. Yes. I'd say Mamelodi Sundowns and Wydad.
All right, thank you very much, Chadi, for your time. We'll wait to see if your predictions will come up in the next few days in the world of football. Thank you very much for your time. Shukran.
Thank you so much. Shukran.